my music work, bro. It's lag too. Trying to make sure this thing ain't too loud, cause if I overpower my thing, it's gonna take put it right there. Yo, let's make this short. Why did I plug this in? I don't even remember. Oh, that's what I was missing. Alright, okay. Gotcha. Yo, yo. Hey, can I hear? Hello? Can I hear? Oh well, we'll go to music today. I'll figure it out another day. Ain't got time. My whole day. Boy. Chat down here. Somebody do come in here. Anyway, been crazy. Crazy few days. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a wild few days. Um, this is great. I've been waiting on this to do this for a minute. I don't care if nobody come here. I really don't. Um, anyway, been crazy. Listen to myself double back. But I don't really know how to handle a pilot episode. How do you handle a pilot episode for real? Um, I guess I explain why I made this. I made this at first, cause really it was a while ago. I was just gonna, I really was just gonna be flapping my gums. It was just gonna be me talking about whatever, cause I just felt like my point of view mattered. Um, well, that's entertainment, sports, TV, whatever, fashion. Um, then a few months ago, something happened. A few months ago, man, life changed. This is cranberry juice, by the way. Don't think I'm not pouring up. It's cranberry juice. But the real reason for this now is so one people can see where I've been at for the last really 10 years. That's the last time I really even for real talk to anybody. That's kind of how it feels like. I've been a loner for a minute, and it's really not just me. It's just the things I went through, things that happened to me, things I felt, and the changes that came from that. Um, More recently, um, more just career wise, where I'm trying to go, where I'm trying to get to. Um, Obviously, like the snippets I dropped before. Faith wise, that went a whole 360. I'm not gonna lie. My view of what it's like trying to be a follower of God from my whole life to 3 months ago to 3 months ago to now has completely changed. Um, I really thought it was a certain type of way. I'm not blaming nobody that taught me before then, but it really ain't till you deep dive yourself to where you figure out, oh man, I've been I've been going about this the whole a whole wrong, whole different way. Um, and with that, I'll just go into this right now. With that, you kind of realize how terrible of a person you are. Like it's very humbling to where is it at? Oh, it's not even in my room. In my bedroom. It's very humbling for one. To, it's funny now that I think about it. To one, call yourself a Christian, but you just now reading the Bible at the age of 26, like really reading it, and then to read it and then realize how you've been doing the complete opposite. That's that's a hard pill to swallow. I'm not gonna lie. It just is. Um, and I'm not trying to really belittle myself or like show like guilt or shame, but it's just facts. I've been living a certain type of way, especially these last 6, 7 years. Sorry, I'm also on the clock too, so you're gonna see me glancing at my phone every 2 seconds. But I've been living a type of way, thinking a type of way for the last few years, last really decade really, and then to basically find out a couple months ago, this ain't how you supposed to be getting down at all. So it's definitely a shock. So this first episode on me, um, just to let y'all know, I go live on Saturdays and I drop videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's the plan I came up with. So on Saturdays I'll be live, and then um every Tuesday and Thursday I start at 7. So probably like around 8:30 I drop a video, and then on my socials I drop when I drop a video, things of that nature. But I for right now I go live once a week on Saturday. But um, how I got to this point, it was first of all, it was a crazy week. It was probably the craziest week. Um, Not for really me personally. It was just the stuff that was going on that was crazy. Um, that week, for some reason, I felt a lot of like grief. It was a lot of death that week. It was a lot of everything that week. It was just a whole bunch of, and it was probably towards the end of that to where I really couldn't even eat. Like I was, and mind you, the grief I was feeling towards a few people, it was just people I either knew or knew of, and then there was even one person I had no idea of knowing. Like I've never seen him for a can of paint, but it was just the fact that that happened. It was it was insane. Honestly, that's the only word you can put to it. It was an insane week. It was the fact that over these people, I was grieving so bad. Like I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't like. I think the only thing I could muster was water. That's about it. Like I didn't know like what was going on. So then, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a TikTok warrior. So when I get bored, I scroll through TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So I'm scrolling through TikTok, and then I'm, and it's crazy to say this. Like it's really insane how I could really go my whole life thinking I was a follower of Jesus and not hear some of these terms. Like it's some terms that you hear if you're a part of stuff. Like if you ever played football, you heard of cover two. Like if you ever played basketball, you heard of a 1-2-2, or you heard of horns. Like if you was ever like you a part of anything, you gonna hear terms that really is congruent to that activity or to that thing. So for me to claim that I was a follower of Jesus this whole time and I'm hearing stuff that I ain't never heard before, it's funny, but it's also crazy at that point. So the first thing I hear, I'm going through TikTok and it was the most random TikTok, and it was like they was talking about the same symptoms I was having, like can't eat, can't sleep, just restless, like always crying. Like I ain't never really been a crier type guy, like I was when I was a kid, but as I got older, I'm not doing all that. But I'm hearing all this and I'm like, okay, maybe it's like, man, is this another round of COVID coming back? Like, what is this? Like, is this a new sickness that I gotta be worried about? Mm. Come to find out, they talking about a term I never heard of, spiritual warfare. Never heard of that. Never. Nope, 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 nope. And here's why I never heard that. Not really just because I wasn't really well versed biblically, or didn't really follow the way I thought it was, which is true. I'll say that. But one thing I do not play about, which I'm actually going to talk about earlier, I meant later on. One thing that I never felt comfortable with at all is paranormal slash demonic play. I did not mess with that like at all. Like you can't get me to watch the movies. You can't get me to even play around like that. Like I remember one time, like people was talking about in college, like using a Ouija board and all this other shit. Like, nah, I don't want no parts of that. None. Like I'm gone. Like I never mess with that. Like as a kid, literally one of my biggest fears, even now, still as a grown man, even though it's funny because I'm in the dark now, but it's literally sleeping in the dark. Like I can be in the dark, and obviously I got lights on and stuff, but like even now when I go to sleep, I still got a light. My TV still playing, and I'm probably on my phone anyway. But complete darkness, cool off that. I'm not doing that. But back to the original topic, like I hear like it was like spiritual warfare and movement, and I started hearing words like conviction and all this other stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what this stuff is. So like anybody else, I look stuff up. Like anytime like I have trouble, like if I see a word I don't know or a theory I ain't never heard of, I'm quick to go to Google and look it up. So I look this stuff up. First, I see what spiritual warfare is, and then obviously as a person that I had the initial belief that yeah, God is real. Jesus was real. He died for us. And all this other stuff. So of course, then in hand, I would believe in this. So I see what spiritual warfare is, and now I wouldn't say things were making sense, but it kind of just opened my eyes to stuff. Like it was like a whole new. It's a whole new realm that I'm thinking I'm just living on Earth, doing what I do, but now like it's a whole new realm that I ain't never heard of, never looked into, never even tried to even dabble in nothing. So then that's when I really learned about the full Trinity. Like I knew there was Jesus, Father, Holy Ghost. I knew that, but I didn't really know that. I just knew they was there. I didn't knew what what each one was about. This shows how novice I was. I really had to start from the bottom. Um, so then read into the Holy Spirit, what He does, and then that's why I found out about conviction. So now I'm feeling this pain, and now I'm like, well, not really pain. It's really just grief. So out of nowhere, once again, I hate to read. I need people to understand this. I hate reading. Like you can't really make me read too much. But all of a sudden, I get this random thirst to read the Bible. So I'll just start reading. I ain't gonna lie. What my first mistake was, I read that Old Testament first. ah. Now let me tell you something. That Old Testament is gonna tell you about yourself real quick. Um, so I read the Old Testament. I can't tell you exactly the exact book I read it, but basically like the whole beginning of the chapter, like basically tells you tale for tale what not to do, and it talks about everything. It talks about lying, greediness, like that. Basically, the seven deadly sins. Talks about fornication, all this stuff, and I'm like, Lord, I've been going strong on this stuff for the last 7 years. Like, am I cooked? Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, am I cooked already? Like, before my life in this started, like, am I cooked? And that's what I felt. So after reading that, so I get a thirst to reading, and then after a couple days, I read that. Boy, the amount of guilt and shame I felt for the next at least 2 weeks. It was like at least 2 weeks. Like it was bad. Like every time I went to the bathroom, I go to shower, like I'm like, it's over. Like there's no way. Like I've been playing around with this man basically my whole life, and it's over with. Like, and that's what I felt, bro. Like I felt like I was done. Like it didn't matter like what I did or what good stuff I did. I'm like, bro, I've been living like this basically my whole adult life. Like it's over. Cause at the trick box of the world, like the world make you think this stuff okay. Like the world make you think like hookup culture and striving to get all this money and having fancy car. Cause I ain't gonna lie, still my favorite car to this day and my dream car that I want is a Corvette, bro. A Corvette Stingray. I want it so bad. But like it's like the world tricks you into thinking like you gotta worry about having money, car, status, like the woman you have on your arm, all this other stuff. And I was just fooled into that for so long. And now, like even though I'm 26, and I don't now once again, I'm not gonna talk about this in depth, but there's some crazy stuff going on in the world. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. I ain't finna spook nobody on that. But like, even though I'm only 26, and then people would say that's fairly young, and you got a long life to live, like I'm just like, one, for me to even start, I have to break these habits, and then two, now after I break the habits, now I have to keep it this way. And now you telling me after I already been reading that there's no way for us to stop doing it. I'm like, man, I'm cooked. Like, you telling me we was born in sin and we gonna have sinful nature and we gonna keep doing this no matter how hard we try? Like, yeah, hey. I'm like, ain't no way he's gonna let me in the gate. And you just hear all these stuff, like you hear all this stuff. I'm like, dang, like it really like beats you down, bro. It beats you down for it beat me down for a long time. But then after I keep on reading, so I go through that. I keep on reading, and then out of nowhere, I don't know where it came from. Like I just got on, I just got on fire. Like it was, I'm like, I'm texting everybody I know. I'm like, bro, I'm like, just read, bro, and pray, bro. Like, I know we've been going crazy and all this other stuff, but like, it ain't never too late. I was like, we can start now, cause at my mindset, I was like, I could do this right now, and I might not make it, but at least I tried the whole rest of my life to fix what I did. Like, cause at the end of the day, it's crazy to say that, but at the end of the day, I was like, bro, if I don't get in, bro, at least I know from 26 to when it was clipped, where it was like, if I started this in August, like I said I did, and I didn't make it to, next May, I'm like, well, at least from that time, I tried. And then if I get an extra 30 years or 40 years, I'm doing everything I can, and it still don't cover what I did back then. I'm like, all right, like I did what I could, Lord. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the grace. I appreciate you still keeping your hand on me until it was over. But that's what I was really doing for like, and that was like really a month. I was telling everybody, I'm just like everybody I knew, anybody I can get my hands on, anybody that ever talked to me, I'm like, bro, like I know we ain't never talked about it. I know it's crazy to even talk about, but better read, bro. Like pray, like, and it's hard and it's crazy people say because I don't know what made it now such an uncomfortable conversation because people can literally talk about anything. Like we could talk about politics, we could talk about sports all day, we could talk about, females, or if it's female, they could talk about dudes all day. Like we could talk, like we can literally sit there and talk about literally nothing all day. But as soon as God comes up, it gets queasy. Like I don't know why that is, but it is what it is, bro. So then when you get people's mind going about it, you know, they either gonna take it one two ways. They either gonna hear what you talking about, or they gonna dismiss you. Which a lot of people, when I was telling them like, hey, bro, you should read the Bible, bro. Like you got a Bible, you got a hardback. You know, I was like, for sure, I'm gonna get you right. They was looking at me like something happened to me, like I was about to go to prison, like I done did something wrong. I was like, nah, bro, I'm just telling you to read. Like ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm just telling you to read something. But I mean, that's just how people gonna take it. But also through this journey, like I went through like so many ups and downs. Like at first, I was like on fire. I was like, I'm gonna do everything I can, to be the godly person, and then like change like the whole way I talk. And then for a while, like I did, I changed for the longest. Like I ain't really cuss really no more. Like I didn't stop. Like I stopped doing a lot of the things that I was normally doing. Like I wasn't angry for a while and all this other stuff. But that's when that's your quote unquote on fire season. When you on fire, like bro, it's easy for you to move godly, and then especially when, matter of fact, I'm glad I get to talk about this. So as reading, when I was reading, when I read, I never really read in order. Like a lot of people say, the best things to read first is the gospel, which, yeah, to me, now that I've been reading and understand it, I do think if you are a newcomer, the best thing to read is the first few books of the New Testament. But when I read, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't know where to go. I ain't really asked nobody nothing. So I was just picking random chapters, random books, random verses. I was just going. So one thing when I seen while I was reading Proverbs, like the main word, it's a few main words in there, but the main words I always heard was discernment. So as the Google maniac I am, I'll go on Google. What is discernment? And it was telling me the way to spot out stuff. So when I got that, and I was real deal praying for it. Like when my prayers for now on after that, I was just praying for like, all right, what? Sorry, hold on. All right, cool. But I was just praying for discernment the whole time, and then eventually I started to get it. I was like, ooh, like I can pick out stuff now. Like I can see, like, nah, I don't need to be over there. Like before, I really wouldn't know until after the fact. Not saying I didn't want to be around bad stuff, because obviously I'm not finna put myself in a terrible situation. But now I see it way before, like almost way before I even walk in over there, or way before I even get to it. So now I'm seeing it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna distance myself from that. Now I'm on my phone. I'm like, okay, I'm finna, unfollow them, block them. Like now I'm cleansing out my phone. Like I'm staying away from certain type of people, which ain't nothing wrong with them, but it's just like if you doing this and I know that it's gonna tempt me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be over here. Like we still cool, but I'm gonna just be over here for right now until I built that up. And it's then I start picking it. I start having discernment about the own stuff I was doing. Like now I know, like, nah, I'm not even finna do that. I'm not even finna go over there. Nah, I'm not even finna hang out with y'all tonight because I know what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's gonna do with me. But that's your own fire season. Right now, I really just started my quote unquote code. Like, I ain't gonna lie, during my own fire season, I'm not finna talk about too much about my experiences. Like my prayers, it it don't get me wrong. I obviously prayed my whole life. Like before, I just thought you prayed when you needed something or something is happening or blah 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 or like something big or there's an opportunity for you. Now I pray every day. I definitely pray every day. I will be honest. It's not like now I'm in the point. Just it's really just my cold season right now. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I don't read as much. Um, I try to read, aka listen, much as I can, but sometimes life just get the best of me, especially these last, I guess, week and a half. But when I pray, when I prayed, when I was on fire, when this first started, boy, these prayers felt like something I've never felt before. Like like the feelings and chills I got through my body while praying, it got so bad that in fact it's like I almost like thirsting to pray. Like now, instead of just praying just at night before I went to bed, like I'm praying in the morning when I wake up. I'm praying on my lunch break. If I get a little break in between work, I go in the house and pray. Like, cause it really wasn't even a prayer. It was just me chasing that feeling. Cause that euphoric feeling, you'll never feel like nothing like that in life. Now, what I'm doing right now, what I'm doing right now is hard. I'm praying, and it feel like I'm talking to a wall. Like that's just what it feel like. And for whatever reason that is, I'm not gonna say I'm still not in a worldly place, and um, I don't fully obey God like I need to. But I don't know if this is discipline. I don't know. This is just a test of faith. Is this just a small minuscule? Like, is this gonna have me stop praying and stop reading just because I don't feel the same the way I did before? Or this is just cause punishment? Cause hey, you was on fire, but you not really doing what I need you to do, and I don't know. But I ain't finna worry about it. Hardest thing is just keeping that same routine, same faith with it, and all that other stuff. And yeah, that's all. But as far as my walk with that, I really on this show, I'm going to talk about my walk, not really to tell people what to do. That's what. See, yeah. So once again, I'm a TikTok warrior, and a lot of people that come on talk about faith-based stuff, because I do my research when I do this stuff. A lot of people come on whether it's TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or whatever, and most of them don't. I ain't gonna lie. There's some people that really give full on encouragement, but some people really come on here trying to not only bash people that are non-believers, which don't help the cause. If we supposed to bring more sheep to the flock, like why are you bashing just because they don't know? Like you don't know what lifestyle, what thing they had, what none of that. So like you can't say too much of what they got going on. Like obviously we know we can't willingly live in sin. But like dog, how you gonna tell somebody like nah don't come over here until you handle that? Like nah. Like you think Jesus can't handle that cuz? Like I don't care. Like I'm telling all my homeboys, bro, if you need some help, I got you. I don't care if you smoking. I don't care if you drink all the time. I don't care if you crack every female known to man or vice versa. Whatever you doing, bro, just leave right now. Let him handle all that. Cause Lord knows I can't fix you, and Lord knows you can't do it on your own, bro. Just come on. Say a nice good prayer. Read you a couple chapters. Sit in church with me and let Jesus handle that. Let him talk to you. Let him handle that. Cause he is. But he gonna take care of that. But a lot of these, like, most of these, like, Christian influence, most of them, like, I swear this look just like this. And then, once again, I'm not trying to bash nobody because, once again, I'm barely new at this. They'll get on there. Lord, this ain't the Bible. Just act like it is. They'll get on there just like this. Throw that Bible down. They'll read a verse. And they'll tell you exactly, like, this is why you can't. First of all, one, are you ordained? And I'm not going off nobody because I feel like anybody could teach anybody the gospel with that. But I don't like when people bash one other Christians because they're falling right now and then non-believers. Bro, you gotta build like some type of curtain. Like, of course they know, especially they a Christian and they know where they falling, where they at. Of course they know. But like, bro, let Jesus give that stern stuff. Let Jesus be the one to be like, hey, pick it up. Why? Who do you think you are to tell them that? And then most of them be out here, they criticize everybody. Like everybody. Like we was looking at the other day talking about what's his name? Um Pastor Mike Todd. Like here's my thing, bro. Every There are multiple ways to preach the gospel. Of course, we are taught to look to point out wolves in sheep's clothing. But there's also different styles to give information. There's the old school style where you got a pastor up front, they got a reader right beside them, and they reading out the path. Like this old school, that's old school preaching right there. Then you got like there's all types of different ways. But they on Mike Todd's head because he just gives illustrations while he preaches. One, I don't think that makes him a bad person. And they just talk about the money he throws around and all that other stuff. And here's my take on pastors making money. Look, obviously, I do believe the pastor should take a portion of whatever money is given to the church for him, like or for his family, for all that. Now, if you are a pastor that lives fully off that money that you receive, do I think you should live lavishly? No. I feel like you get what you need. God is going to provide the rest. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not a pastor, nowhere near ordained. I don't know how that stuff works, but in my brain, I'm like, you get what you need, and then the rest goes back into the church. Now, if you are a pastor that also receives that, but makes money on the side, whether if you had a business before you start ministering, or whether you invest, or whatever way you make money, and you have a lot of money, sure, I see no reason why you shouldn't have a big house. I should see no reason why you shouldn't have multiple cars. Because if you also work hard on the side while also ministering and you're not using church said money, you're using the money you make, I have no problem with that. And more than likely, that's what Mike Todd does. Because Mike Todd is a personality as well. He's not just a minister. Like he has his own personality. He's been on the Breakfast Show podcast and other stuff. So I'm pretty sure he's been compensated for what he does. But that's neither here nor there. Now, once again, I don't know what he does in his personal life. I don't know what he does behind closed doors, which is the whole reason we shouldn't judge anyway. Nobody knows what I do behind closed doors. Nobody knows what he does, you do, or anybody else. So there's no reason to judge when we all gotta face the same judgment anyway. There's only one person that knows what everybody does behind open and closed doors. So there's no point how we should say it only if it's obvious that nah, he's not a man of God. But meanwhile, you at home doing whatever you doing. Yeah, I'ma shut up. I'ma pray for him. I'ma pray. I think if I think he's preaching a good message, I'm gonna be like, okay, that's great. If that's not the way I want my message received, I'm not gonna go. But at the same time, everybody criticize everybody. The same people that's criticize Mike Todd is gonna be a group of people that criticize Philip Anthony. Yeah, a group of people that's gonna criticize TD Jakes. Like whatever. And I don't know what TD Jakes' involvement or what he been doing or nothing. But I also know there's also a point in time where I truly believe these people are a man of God. Are they currently now? We don't know. We've seen what money can do to somebody. And then also we know even though they are pastors, they also human too. The same crooked, evil, sinful stuff I'm capable of doing, they are too. Not just because they giving a word don't mean nothing. And then also we done seen God use the lowest of the low. Like he done use the wicked of the wicked. So I mean, who are we to judge just because a pastor or a teacher or a police officer or whatever, which is the quote unquote we do with everybody, just because somebody have a certain position that a teacher can't get mad and pop off on a student one day, or a police officer can't mess up and I don't know, convict the wrong person or whatever, to think that we have to hold them for a different standard because where they at? No, they human, just like us. The same way I mess up, every other human on the planet mess up. Guess what? Just as filthy as I am is just as filthy as the Pope is. Because he was born from the same place I was born at. So there ain't no point to judge nobody because we all is what we is. But, long story short, where my faith walk is right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a cold place. Like I said, like it feels like ain't nothing working. But it's fine though, because I'm gonna keep going. Um, Feels like I'm kind of stuck, but there are some big decisions I'm gonna make in the next few months. There's are some big things that's gonna happen, and also I'm dealing with my own personal things that you know I keep to myself for now. I'll wait till I get through those things to talk about it. But is what it is. As far as that go, since we got through that part, I just got done watching the SEC championship today. Ugh, ugh, ugh. That was not the game I was expecting to watch. The real slogan I used to have is like, oh man, you can't stop God's people. And I'm like, real. But then you also forget God's people go through a lot of suffering when we hear it's bad. And that's exactly what Alabama went through too. They went through some suffering today. Poor Ty. Oh, that was a beatdown. Oh, I just knew playing in Atlanta wasn't no good idea at all. Other than that, I mean, if Alabama don't make the playoff, I don't care. They are a three-loss team. If Alabama don't make the playoff, I don't know what to tell you, gang. I don't believe it. Break the whole system at that point. Go back to BCS, where whoever ranked 1 and 2, they'll just play. Because if Alabama don't get in, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. They beat what 5 ranked teams in the same year. Had the third hardest schedule. Only lost 3 games. Really should have only been one. You really should have only lost tonight. You shouldn't have lost to Oklahoma. You shouldn't have lost to FSU. But I think the FSU loss is why they might not get in. But I don't see. I don't see them putting 2 group of 5 teams in. I don't. Neither here nor there. As far as basketball goes, I'm tired of Shea. I am starting now. I'm boycotting Shea right now. Shea Gilgis Alexander to be petitioned out of the NBA. This is worse than James Harden. I'm not gonna lie. The foul baiting is insane. It's insane. Like you don't even look like you're trying to score. Like, how do you have more free throw attempts than shot attempts in a game? Like, I don't think people know how crazy that is. But either way, he's in the NBA. He's making millions. He just got re-signed. I'm just a poor guy in a room right now, so I'm not worried about it. He can't listen too much to me. Luca for MVP. I don't care what anybody says. Giannis needs to go to Golden State. To me, that's the only logical place for him to go. I don't see him going nowhere else. Um, what else? Some other stuff I heard. Oh, not even to backtrack into the faith talk again. Uh, a lot of these rappers out here I can't even listen to. A lot of these rappers and singers is crazy. Boy, the one thing about digging into your faith, you start finding out a lot of stuff. You start finding out a lot of stuff. Beyonce and witchcraft, really? Are you serious? You know how much I used to sing. What's the album called? I can't remember if it was called Countdown or One Plus One. Either way, my mama used to had that album on CD. Just tell you how old I am. But had that album on CD and played it every day, going to school and picking me up. I heard it every single day. I think the lyrics is etched in my brain. And then, like, I always thought Beyonce was on some cool, it's just Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? If somebody said, hey, Howard, I got some Beyonce tickets, you trying to go? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, you find out. Beyonce worshiping sun gods? What? That's what you're doing? Beyonce for real? Like, man, and then everybody else I kind of figured, but I just didn't pay attention to. But that's when, and it's crazy because I said I didn't like demonic play, but I didn't think it was that deep as I end up coming to find out to be. It's that deep. Like, it's that deep. Like, and then the videos you can just find out there, like the videos. Like, I'm a video demon. Like, I got videos on everything now. Like how is this dude? He used to be a secular rapper, but now he just only does Christian rap. Dude talking about how he opened up for Playboy Cardi, and wow, when he went out, it was like he heard like a spirit told him to like come to the back of the concert room. So he went to the back, and it gave him like eyes to the spiritual realm, and it was like Playboy Cardi was like he was when he was rapping and like showed like spirits going out in the crowd and how like people like personalities was changing. I'm like, yeah, nah. I was like, yeah, nah. I instantly went to my Apple Music. I said, let me clean this stuff out. I'm not finna play around with y'all. I said, yeah, nah, cause like I said, one thing I don't play with that demonic play at all, boy. And like but with that, even though I hate it, this is how I know I'm on the right track though. Like I said, I really don't mind demonic play. And like I said, one of the least things I hate happen to me is sleep paralysis. Because at first it was just sleep demon, but everybody has different views on how sleep paralysis works. Like, you have a group of people me that think sleep paralysis is the time a demon try to get a hold of you. So me, I'm calling on Jesus. Help me, please, please. But um, other people, the scientific people, they're gonna say, oh, it's just when your brain wakes up before your body, so you just have to give your body time to respond. So that's basically what it is. So if as long as you stay calm, just wait, and then eventually, yeah. Then there's a group of folks that think you can mess around with that stuff. Now I'm gonna talk about a story another day about that stuff, but um, I refuse. Like I don't want to do none of that. Um. Anyway, though, but like to figure out that that's actually like a spiritual realm that you really can't fully fathom or understand, and it's crazy to think about, and also even crazier like how we think we're so much in control of what we got going on, but we can't do nothing out there. Like ain't nothing we can do in that realm to save us. Like we really wouldn't be able to move, bro. So you know, just more and more stuff to learn and think about. But other than that, man, it's been crazy. I've been waiting to do this for a minute. Like it's gonna be a lot of other stuff I do in here. Like right now I'm just talking, but as time goes on, I'm gonna have more other people on here. I'm gonna have the Discord connected to this. Definitely gonna be playing a game while doing this. Spy, like love playing a game. Um, um, I'll go back through. It'll be like videos I'll watch on here, and then I have a whole lot of non-broadcast videos I made before I did a live. Um, that'll be on here, and then always anytime I go live, the video drops on my page, and then I drop clips of certain moments during the live that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, but otherwise this should be fun. It was just a short talk. I didn't want to do more than an hour. Um, plus it was the first one, and really I ain't really had too much to talk about today. But the real meaty thought out video is gonna be Tuesday and Thursday. Lives is really just gonna be talking about stuff I experienced that week, stuff that's recent, stuff that just happened. Uh, the videos that drop on Tuesday, Thursdays gonna be real particular, like something I really wanted to talk about. Like the first video on Tuesday is gonna be about lust, cause bang it. Oh, let me tell y'all something, boy. It got me in the chokehold. Like that's real. I don't care what anybody say. It got me in a chokehold, like in the headlock. The headlock looser. It's a lot looser. But I ain't gonna lie. Before that, it was really right here. It's a lot looser now, but we working on it. But it's really just peace, love, and happiness, bro. Which again, this is really to all my dogs, especially my Facebook family. All my dogs is on there, bro. You can hit me at any time, and we can do whatever you need to do, bro. But it will make my day if we all can walk at that gate and he let us all in there. That's fine. But once again, I don't even know if I'm getting in for real right now, but I'm working towards it. But yeah, man, this first episode, I've been waiting 2.5 years to do this, so we up now. We 2.5 years. We got first episode down, first live episode down. Fully finna download. It's finna be on the channel where you can come back and watch if you feel like you want to come back and watch again. So I see the couples that sit here subscribe to the joint because he ain't gonna do nothing to get bigger. I'm gonna release my Discord so y'all can be a part of that. I'm gonna release the Twitch in a second when I start twitching up. But that's when I really start playing the game. But the Lord, I wouldn't say the Lord gave me a setback, but I gotta get my original PC fixed because I'm on my temporary one right now. Once I get my original back, I get back on Steam and I'll play all them other games and all that other stuff. But I mean, it's lit. I'm finna watch the ACC championship, I guess, since Alabama want to get their head knocked off. The Lakers don't play tonight, so I mean, I guess, and I guess we'll end this out. I mean, with a prayer. I mean, it ain't too many people in here, but you know, Heavenly Father, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for everything that you have given me. I thank you for everything that you have taken away from me, because obviously it wasn't meant to be. Whatever obstacles I have to overcome, whatever disciplines I have to make sure, make sure you keep your hand on me, because I'm gonna need it. Bless my viewers, bless anybody that's been viewing. And Lord, just give me growth, give me discipline every day. In Jesus' name, I pray. I and amen. Peace. I'm gone. I just did my first episode. It's lit.